Yeah, don't give them the time of day. They want the attention. They want you to argue with them. They want to get under your skin. They're going to say whatever they can, whatever they want to piss you off. Don't give them the time of day. Don't give them that attention that they want. They're just attention seekers. And you arguing with them is giving them what they want. So just leave them alone. Whatever. They're like little kids, you know. You just let them have their little tantrum. They're going to walk away. All right? So just don't engage. Don't engage with those people, all right?
Saranac.
Justice!
Justice for Martinez.
Immigrants are welcome here. Loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Up with liberation. Down with deportation. Down with deportation. Up with liberation. Up with liberation. Down with deportation. Down with deportation. Up with liberation. Up with liberation. Down with deportation. Down with deportation. Say it once, say it twice. Say it once, say it twice. We will not put up with ICE. We will not put up with ICE. Say it once, say it twice. Say it once, say it twice. We will not put up with ICE. We will not put up with ICE. Say it once, say it twice. Say it once, say it twice. We will not put up with ICE. We will not put up with ICE. No justice. No peace, no peace, no peace, no peace, no justice. No peace, no peace, no peace, no peace, no justice. No peace, no peace, no peace, no peace, no justice. No peace, no peace, no peace, no peace. Brick by brick, wall by wall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. This racist system has to fall. This racist system has to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. This racist system has to fall. This racist system has to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. This racist system has to fall. This racist system has to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. This racist system has to fall. This racist system has to fall. Stop the rage, stop the hate. Stop the rage, stop the hate. Immigrants make this city great. Immigrants make this city great. Stop the rage, stop the hate. Stop the rage, stop the hate. Immigrants make this city great. Immigrants make this city great. Stop the rage, stop the hate. Stop the rage, stop the hate. Immigrants make this city great. Immigrants.
Hey y'all, if you're joining us just now coming on, we're just getting warmed up here. We're on the plaza over here by City Council chambers, not at City Hall.
No more rage in our town. ICE out, shut it down. ICE out, shut it down. No more rage in our town. No more rage in our town. ICE out, shut it down. ICE out, shut it down. No more rage in our town. No more rage in our town. From Palestine to Mexico. From Palestine to Mexico. All the walls have got to go. All the walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico. From Palestine to Mexico. All the walls have got to go. All the walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico. From Palestine to Mexico. All the walls have got to go. All the walls have got to go. From Venezuela to Palestine. From Venezuela to Palestine. Occupation is a crime. Occupation is a crime. From Venezuela to Palestine. From Venezuela to Palestine. Occupation is a crime. Occupation is a crime. From Venezuela to Palestine. From Venezuela to Palestine. Occupation is a crime. Occupation is a crime. se puede, sí se puede.
Sí 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 se puede, sí se puede.
Lucha obrera no tiene fronteras.
La 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 lucha obrera no tiene fronteras.
Brick by brick, wall by wall, this racist system has to fall.
Brick by brick, wall by wall, this racist system has to fall.
Brick by brick, wall by wall, this racist system has to fall.
Brick by brick, wall by wall, this racist system has to fall. Ice out, shut it down.
Ice out, shut it down.
No more racists in our town.
No more racists in our town.
Ice out, shut it down.
Ice out, shut it down.
No more fascists in our town.
No more fascists in our town.
Ice out, shut it down.
Ice out, shut it down.
No more racists in our town.
No more racists in our town.
Ice out, shut it down.
Ice out, shut it down.
No more fascists in our town.
No more fascists in our town.
No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA.
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 Fund people's needs, not the war machine.
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 We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
And the sanctions right.
there, so let's get closer. Thank you, everybody. My name is Ruby, and I'm with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. And my co-MC here is also Chele, who's also with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Together, we are allied with our partners, the Democratic Socialists of America, 5051, About Face, Venceremos SATX, and Domésticas Unidas. So before I get started, I want to introduce everyone to our volunteers that are around wearing the fluorescent vests. These are our peacekeepers. They are here to make sure that we're safe during our march and rally today. They're also here to make sure that we stay focused on what we're here to do, and that is to stand in solidarity with the rest of the country that's fighting back against the state violence. We must remain focused and principled. So if you see a disruptor, please notify somebody with a fluorescent vest and get back to focusing on what we're here to do. We also have medics on the right. They're waving their hands in the orange vest. So if you see anybody experiencing some kind of crisis, please let them know and help them direct them over to the right. Thank you so much, everybody. Last Saturday, the U.S. invaded Venezuela, bombarded civilian areas, and massacred dozens of people and kidnapped the country's head of state. All on our taxpayer dollars. Immediately, demonstrations in over 100 cities across the United States rightfully took to the streets for Venezuela's sovereignty. On Wednesday, our sister Renee Nicole Good was murdered by a Minneapolis ICE agent in cold blood. That ICE agent's name is Jonathan Ross. That same day, schools had to be canceled because armed Border Patrol entered school grounds, tackled, and threw chemical weapons at people. Minneapolis has been protesting every day since, and thousands across the United States took to the streets for Renee Good. The very next day, 2 people were shot by federal agents in Portland, Oregon, and yet the people remain on the streets to demand justice. There is no backing down from this. So today, on this National Day of Action, we are also on the streets, answering the call for justice, because if this is what they do to citizens in broad daylight, imagine how our people trapped in detention centers are being treated. We are here for them, for our future, for every life lost to this system that uses human lives as fuel for the war apparatus that is our government. Basta! That's right.
I want to start by honoring Renee Nicole Good, a legal observer who had just dropped off her child at school before making national headlines. We refuse to allow Renee's death to be in vain. The needless murder of Renee Good is now a rallying cry that has awakened people across the country to the brutality of the Trump regime.
That's right.
The administration wasted no time in spreading lies about her and thinks it can operate with full impunity. The government executed an unarmed woman at point-blank range. This is what our tax dollars pay for. But are we going to let them intimidate us into abandoning each other? We demand full justice for Renee Nicole Good. Renee's killers weren't just the ones wearing ICE uniforms. Renee's murder is state-sanctioned murder. It has Trump's signature on it. It has the signature of every politician, Democrat or Republican, that has refused to take a stand against this disgusting mass deportation machine. All of them have Renee's blood on their hands. But make no mistake, because of people like us showing up, filming, documenting, and refusing to be silenced, the truth has moved thousands to say enough is enough. This cruel act of violence is a symptom of a larger problem, and there is a theme here. On New Year's Eve, a man named Keith Porter, a father of 2 daughters, was killed by an off-duty ICE agent without any investigation into the matter. And just a few months ago, Miarmar Martinez was also shot at by an ICE agent, and they accused her of weaponizing her vehicle as well. Charges against Myanmar had to be dropped because of the text messages among agents bragging about the incident. So when we demand justice for Renee, we must also demand an end to ICE's reign of terror across the country. We must demand an end to the impunity for Trump and his regime of reckless killers and kidnappers. Now is the time to come together, to show the billionaires and their hired politicians that we will not be intimidated. We will organize, mobilize, and fight back.
The fight is here. The fight is multi-generational, it is multicultural, and it is our collective action that will change history in the making, because it's the only thing that ever has.
That's right! Yeah!
All across the city, people are organizing on every front against this oppressive regime and the erosion of our most basic rights. We are not alone, and that's important to remember. Our struggle is part of a legacy from civil rights movements. We are part of a movement reclaiming the very rights that are constantly under jeopardy in this facade of a two-party system.
That's right!
So, San Antonio, are you ready to stand up, fight back? I said, are you ready to fight back? That's right. So now we're going to hear directly from some of the local organizers on the ground who are building that movement to see how we can fight back and win together. Our first speaker is a fighter for justice right here in San Antonio. Laura has spent over a decade as an immigration attorney providing legal services to low-income workers in a system that grows more hostile every single day. She is a proud wife, a mother, and a daughter of this city who knows that our fight is in the courts, in the streets, and in our communities. Please give a warm welcome to Laura.
ICE is terrorizing our communities. The federal government is gutting our Constitution. And to be real with y'all, the feds have been creating the landscape to do this for decades.
That's right!
Decades!
That's right!
And under every administration, not just the Trump administration. For decades, the Supreme Court has slowly eroded the rights of citizens while strengthening those of corporations. For decades, Congress has failed to act on things that everyday Americans overwhelmingly support, like immigration reform and universal health care. Trump's regime is simply the culmination of Republican and Democratic administrations alike who time and again prioritize power and profit over people. In the past year, I've witnessed things I never thought I'd witness, and have had conversations I never expected to have as an immigration attorney practicing here in the United States. I heard the story of an elementary school student who went to school and came home crying because their best friend wasn't at school since our government had incarcerated a child. A child who, along with many others, continue to be unlawfully detained. I've witnessed a mother lie her body in front of a bus detaining her son when he was attempting to lawfully attend his immigration court hearing. I've seen ICE agents at Crosspoint line up spouses, parents, children, and siblings in a tiny restricted waiting room room where there's not even enough room to fit the line, for them to lie to everyone and say that they're only going to speak with them, and then disappear them into a back room and into the for-profit immigration detention system, where they can languish or give up their hopes at due process. It is not enough for the federal government to be terrorizing working class communities. They're doing it after having created and continuing to grow a system so that billionaires can profit on detaining people. People and families who want nothing more than to contribute to their community and live their lives in safety. I used to spend my time advising people on how to follow the law so that they could have their day in immigration court, where at least at times there was a facade of due process. Now, I inform people that attending legally required hearings and meetings could get them detained, but also not attending those meetings could result in their detention. I used to spend my time explaining what options our neighbors might have to obtain lawful immigration status here in the United States, but now I have to explain to people that trying to obtain lawful status might get them detained. I used to believe that people exercising their rights might have a chance at protecting themselves. Now, particularly here in Texas, where law enforcement agencies are required to enter into contracts to support the federal government in terrorizing our communities, the reality is that the only place where there is a chance that one might succeed in exercising their rights is in a home or private business space. Every person with basic empathy and every person who can see through the government propaganda can recognize that we are all being terrorized by an authoritarian government. A government that continues to funnel funding toward and promoting an untrained, uneducated, armed force that never should have existed to begin with. And that has now killed a woman for simply exercising her own constitutional rights and attempting to protect those of her community members. That has killed a record number of immigrants in detention last year. And that has detained U.S. citizens and veterans for weeks, because this has never been about immigration status. This has always been about white supremacy and attacking the working class. They are attempting to terrorize our communities, and it is okay to be afraid. All of my clients are afraid. Everyone who is part of a mixed status family is afraid. Even people with lawful status are afraid, if not for themselves, then for a loved one, a friend, or for our country. But it is critical, necessary, and our obligation to not allow this fear to paralyze us. January 20th marks the first year of the current administration's reign of terror. 1 year of shocking Americans with violence and tearing families apart. 1 year of creating an environment of fear. 1 year of accelerating us into fascism. This January 20th, walk out of your schools, walk out of your work, and make your voices heard, and show that the American people will not stand down in the face of terror, but will stand arm in arm in community to fight for the rights of the entire working class. Remember, we are the patriots who care about this country and how it treats its citizens and those abroad. We are the ones who can see the possibility of a brighter future for our communities, for our country, and for our world. And we must fight, and we must win, because it is upon all of us to dream of, organize, and insist on the just world that we all deserve, where we all can live in true safety and prosperity. I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win!
justice! No peace!
No peace, no peace, no peace!
No justice!
No peace, no peace, no peace, no peace!
No justice, no peace, no ICE or police!
No justice, no peace! No ICE or police!
I said no justice, no peace, no ICE or police!
No justice, no peace! No ICE or police!
No justice, no peace, no ICE or police!
No justice, no peace! No ICE or police!
And I can't hear you, I don't feel it! I want to feel you, San Antonio! No justice, no peace!
No peace! No ICE or police!
Thank you. I want y'all's blood pumping. I want you. You look alive, guys. We're out here. These are our streets, guys. Come on. All right. Our next speaker is Amador. He's the co-chair of the San Antonio chapter of Democratic Socialists of America. They're the elected power in our city and a dedicated labor organizer fighting where it matters most. Join me in welcoming Amador.
Hey, shout out to each and every one of you all for being here today. Give it up. You all are proving that solidarity is a verb, and we need so much of that right now, because I don't have to tell you all that right now we live in a time of monsters. Right now, unlimited money for the imperial death machine abroad and Gestapo ICE thugs here at home. That's right, shame. Unlimited money for weapons, not food, not homes, not shoes, not need, not feed, but for the war cannibal animal. And I did steal that from Zach de la Rocha. Give it up. And that imperial boomerang is coming back around again. As the techniques that they use abroad, which they perfect, they bring at home to use on our black and brown communities.
That's right!
And despite all that, we're all here together, right? This is a crowded conscience. It should give us hope. Hope that a better world is possible. So as the Trump administration is hell-bent on continuing its war path past Venezuela, bringing threats to Mexico, Colombia, Cuba, Iran, Greenland, and our families, the list goes on and on, right? Now more than ever, we, the working class, must be organized. If you are not part of a member organization, I'm going to tell you, there are plenty here. Join one. If you work in a sector that's unionized, join your union. Make them radical. Now's the time, right? Because we need solidaristic networks of resistance and care. We need each other. There's no doubt. We cannot allow comrades like Renee Good and everyone murdered or disappeared at the hands of ICE to become a distant memory. Do not agonize. Let's organize together. Together we can dismantle ICE bit by bit. So my day job, I am a union organizer with the San Antonio Alliance of Teachers and Support Personnel. And unfortunately, one of our members, Omar, couldn't be here with us today because he had to go visit his mother who is detained in Laredo. Unlawfully detained. Reduced to a number to fill a quota. Forced to sleep on the floor for days while her family suffers on the outside. Shame. That facility, like many others, are overcrowded, unsanitary, and they keep the lights on 24/7. Meanwhile, people here at home, CPS Energy is disconnecting left and right. So if you can, I do have an action item for you. Head to the San Antonio Alliance Facebook or Instagram page. There is a GoFundMe there. He's working class. He doesn't have the money for legal fees. Please support him. Yeah. Thank you. And while all this is going on, Trump and his pedophilic goons have set their sights on Venezuelan oil. Shame. And we know that this isn't about exporting democracy. It's about importing profits for his billionaire oligarchs. Despite years of crippling sanctions, the only U.S. oil company that still functions today in Venezuela is Chevron. And all over the world, Chevron is complicit in destroying the Amazon in South America, dumping cancer-causing agents into the waters. And as if that weren't awful enough, they are fueling the genocidal Israeli government. Without Chevron, Israel could not do what they're doing right now to Palestine. So much so that the Palestinian-led BDS movement has called on a simple action, another action item, sorry, organized everywhere, right? Here's something we can do today, or not do. Do not gas up at Chevrons or Texacos. Don't do it. Until further notice, do not do it. Because from Palestine to Mexico,
Palestine to Mexico!
all the walls have got to go.
All the walls have got to go!
Solidarity forever, my brothers and sisters. We'll see you.
From Palestine to Mexico,
From Palestine to Mexico!
all the walls have got to go.
All the walls have got to go!
From Palestine to Mexico,
From Palestine to Mexico!
all the walls have got to go.
All the walls have got to go!
Let's hear it for everybody in attendance today. This is what's going to bring about change. This is true courage. They want you to think that those armed agents are brave. You think it takes bravery to go in communities and terrorize them like that? No! It's this. It's people coming together and speaking truth to power.
That's right! Yeah!
So up next, we are going to have our next speaker, which is Alex. He's a member of 5051, mobilizes against the anti-democratic and illegal actions of the Trump administration. Is
I'm in Yotis. Hi. Little mixed up, but I'd like to thank everybody who showed up here. Thank you guys. We gather in the quiet of this day outside the San Fernando Cathedral, outside the City Council chamber, to pay our respects to a child of God, a woman who, in her last moments, was fighting for the rights of every man, woman, and child. On January 7th, Renee Nicole Good made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty to her country, serving Minneapolis as a legal observer. Mrs. Renee Good, a poet, a mother, a wife, an activist, was the victim of a heinous crime. Yet, she died nobly. She, like many others, have become the martyred heroines of a holy crusade. Sorry. Fell off that. A holy crusade for freedom and human dignity. Mrs. Good, a Christian, believed that regardless of where you come from or what you look like, all people deserve compassion and kindness.
That's right!
These values were reflected not only in her actions, but in her very last words. I'm not mad at you. She, like many others, joined this crusade out of a yearning for justice. Mrs. Good dreamt of that wondrous future of which Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of, a future in which millions of Americans live peaceful and equal lives, A future where love is celebrated. A future of hope. An America with liberty and justice for all. And so, my fellow yearners, we have gathered. We have gathered in the name of all that is holy, all is good, all that is in the name of the Lord Almighty, in the name of all that is right, for justice to be done. We demand that an investigation be opened into the crimes we have witnessed, and most especially the abuses we have not. For the sake of America, let justice be done. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
That was Indivisible, who is a 50-51 organizer, who shows us that working class will not sit idly by as plutocrats rip apart their democratic institutions and civil liberties. Give it up again for this next speaker. I am super pumped to introduce. I'm so incredibly proud and honored to be this person's comrade. Our next speaker is going to be Preston. Preston is a co-founder of the PSL. Preston is a longtime anti-war activist and protested against Vietnam. Preston was at Stonewall. Preston was at Stonewall. You fucking kidding me? I want that to sink in. Stonewall. Preston was there. Preston's been fighting. Preston's 82 years old and keeps fighting. He's still here. He's still fighting. I want to hear from Preston, dog.
Hello, everybody. You're so beautiful. And you're so strong. And we're not going to back down. We're going to keep fighting. And we're going to do it. We are going to do it. As the other comrades have said, we are going to fight and we're going to win.
Eat the rich.
Okay. We all know in the last few months that we've seen widespread suffering and disorientation and chaos from the upper echelons of the ruling elite of this country. People are suffering. Rogue fascists are converging on innocent immigrant communities, violently tearing apart families with no restraint. That includes children, elderly. They're focusing their brutality on the communities of brown and black people because they want their goal is an all-white, white supremacist fascist regime. Are we going to stand for that? Are we going to let that happen? No, we're not. And you know what? We're stronger than they are because we're uniting.
That's right.
There's millions of us.
That's right.
75% of people oppose ICE brutal tactics against innocent immigrants. That's a fact. And they're with us, and we are representing them. And we need to get them out in the streets with us so we can all fight and win. This cold-blooded murder of Renee Nicole Good, as was said, a U.S. citizen, mother of three, peace activist. This kind of sets us into a new era of qualitative naked terror by these roving gangs of masked thugs who are encouraged, financed, and approved by not only the Trump administration, but the billionaire parasite class as well. Comrades, sisters and brothers, we represent the fight back, and we have the determination of millions who are disgusted with this agenda of terror.
That's right.
We know that the reign of colonial war and racism at home have been hounding us throughout U.S. history, throughout the imperialist war abroad, and lynch mob violence here at home. And we're fighting, and we're going to continue to fight it. We know the reign, Native brothers and sisters had to fight against genocide. African slaves were brought to America to endure suffering in the cotton fields in the South and the factories of the North. And all the working class has been exploited and robbed of the wealth that they produce. We produce the wealth. And they take it from us and use it to kill other workers in other countries. It's not okay. We're going to fight it. We got to remember that we are the ones who run the society. We just need to get power so we can do it, so everyone has a home, everyone has food, the children are protected, innocent people and elderly people are honored rather than being thrown into the streets like they are here now. We know that other things that we have to fight. A terrible setback was the overturning of Roe v. Wade. That's not okay. We have to get it changed. Striking workers have been attacked. Gay, lesbian, trans people have been subject to right-wing big gay bashers. Young workers are being sent overseas to fight to kill other workers and often do not come home. Their lives are disrupted. They lose it. They suffer greatly. I had a babysitter when I was a kid who was sent to overseas to Korea. He never came back. He was 18 years old. He was killed there. And I'll never forget that. It was one of the things in my life when I was a child, seeing happen, and my parents explained to me why he had been used in the interest of the rich who were not over there fighting. They're sitting in their mansions and, taking advantage of us. Okay. Scores of countries have been invaded by the U.S. imperialists. We know that. Asia, Latin America, everywhere you look. Ongoing part of the criminal genocidal war going on is in Palestine, where the endless killing fields show assaults by the U.S.-backed Israeli regime, killing entire villages and children and women and men who are dying and are left to starve while food supplies are destroyed and sanitary conditions are not provided. Shame! And now the international violence has come home. The chickens have come home to roost. We have to fight. The tragic death of this Renee Nicole Good is a stark confirmation that the war here at home against the working class and oppressed people of our country, including here in Texas, has continued to gain momentum. And we have to change that around so we get the momentum. And we push over. We walk over them. They aren't going to walk over us. And they also, let's face it, they should be locked up, right? For crimes against humanity. Crimes against humanity. Crimes against immigrants. It's not okay. They're criminals. Not just Trump, but all of them need to be sentenced, taken to court and sentenced and thrown in jail.
Lock them up! Lock them up!
Remember, people said, in case you think we're not going to win, people said we'd never have the 8-hour day. They said that women would never have the right to vote. They said that same-sex couples would never have the right to marry. And why do we have those things? Because we fought for them. And we stood with solidarity. We stand with the homeless. We stand with those who are deprived. We stand with those who are depressed, who are targets of police violence. They're our people, and we stand with them. Mobilize them into a people's army where we can win democracy, true democracy for all the people. We are taking to the streets. We are a wave of power. We're going to free Maduro, get him home, tell ICE to get the fuck out of our city, and have people justice. The U.S. apparatus of rule is declining and showing weaknesses. We have to take advantage of that and move in and strategize and unite. Unite. I'm really proud of the fact so many organizations are here today, all together of us standing together. We can do it. We can change this town, and people across the country, trust me, are fighting to do the same. So we have to keep an eye on the prize, We're going to take power. We're going to give money back to ourselves, get rid of the ruling parasite class, and we're going to stand together. U.S. out of Palestine, stop the bombing of Gaza. U.S. out of Venezuela, justice for Renee Nicole Good, and end all victims of fascist terror. U.S. hands off Colombia, hands off Mexico, hands off Cuba, hands off Greenland, hands off everywhere. The people, victory is certain, keep fighting. You're beautiful, you're powerful. I love you.
A member of About Face South Texas. About Face are post 9/11 service members and veterans organizing to end permanent war and the use of military weapons, tactics, and values around the world. Everyone, please give it up for Jake.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. So my name is Jake Tucker. I'm representing About Face Veterans Against the War. I'm also an organizer with the Press Revolutionaries for Worker Power, Pueblo Over Profit, and a new anti-imperialist organization called HOLA, Hands Off Latin America. 17 years ago, almost to this day, I was mercifully getting out of the U.S. Army immediately after returning from a long 15-month deployment to Iraq as an interrogator at a U.S. prison in Iraq. Think about that a moment longer. I interrogated Iraqis in Iraq at a U.S. prison for their alleged crimes destabilizing peace in Iraq. It's absurd. But I was a bad interrogator. I did not corner prisoners into providing dubious, farcical, quote-unquote, intelligence. I inquired about what the conditions were like for Iraqis under U.S. occupation and control. They told me about economic collapse, the insecurity of day-to-day life, and the catch-22 of working with either the Americans or the militias to put food on the table. The horrors of facing the possibility of being snatched out of their homes, away from their families, kidnapped from their own homes, and sent to a prison to talk to me. I know what it looks like when the United States runs your country. It is violence and exploitation and precarity. Shame indeed. Last week's criminal aggression in Venezuela is being compared to Iraq, with good reason. It is also being compared to the abduction of Manuel Noriega of Panama, Jean-Bertrand Aristide of Haiti, the two-day coup of Hugo Chavez, or the murders of Patrice Lumumba, Salvador Allende, Muammar Gaddafi, Qasem Soleimani, Hassan Nasrallah, the over 600 attempts to assassinate Fidel Castro, and countless other examples.
That's right!
In both cases, U.S. economic policies, like in Venezuela, prefaced the thuggish violence with devastating sanctions or measures to make the economy scream, to impoverish the population and fracture support for the targeted governments. Indeed, for its entire existence, the United States has always insisted upon its dominance over the people of the global South, by any means necessary. No tactic or strategy is too cruel, too brutal, or too devastating to stand in the way of U.S. dominance. And in true dialectical form, this inhumanity comes home in the form of migration by peoples fleeing political and economic instability, in the form of unconstitutional mass surveillance, in the psychologically, emotionally, and physically broken soldiers of empire, and in the thuggish brutality of the police, the prisons, and ICE. And now, with the murder of Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis, recorded for all to bear witness, I'm sure it is not lost on any of us that Minneapolis is the site of the brutal murder of George Floyd, which ignited the largest protest wave in U.S. history. We are forced to look again at the unchecked violence of this society, the terror of the ICE raid at Bassi and San Pedro, the police murders of Marquise Jones, Charles Chop Roundtree, Melissa Perez, Damian Daniels, and thousands more, just here in San Antonio. We face the tragedy of putting $1 billion into a basketball stadium to benefit the ultra-rich, Zionist, Abbott and Trump-supporting ownership of the Spurs, while we are closing schools, losing our public and affordable housing, and facing healthcare insecurity. Shame indeed, shame on them. The violence is everywhere, and we, very much myself included, are asking, what the fuck are we supposed to do? How do we overcome this beast? And here, we must return to Venezuela. We must return to the targets of vicious U.S. imperialism, because it is Venezuela, it is Cuba, it is Nicaragua, it is the Alliance of Sahelian States, Ansar Allah of Yemen, who show us the way. They are unacceptable to the United States precisely because they show us and the world the way through this. They are building socialism. Nicolas Maduro is not a homicidal, brutal dictator. That is the United States. That is pure projection. Nicolas Maduro is the leader of a Venezuelan people building socialism in what the United States considers its own backyard, its property. That's bullshit. I fucking stand with Nicolas Maduro, and with the PSUV, and with socialism. I want to learn from them, their courage, their intelligence, their foresight, and their love. So what do? We follow the leadership and the example of the Global South, who straighten their backs and stand upright in the face of brutality. We all want to find the magic bullet which ends this sociopathic system once and for all, but history shows no individual or singular act carries us to liberation. Liberation must be built. To get on the march to that path, we must first stand up. We must shed the weight of individualism that capitalism and imperialism saddles us with. Rid ourselves of the culture of petty vindictiveness, of competitiveness, of arrogance, of insecure grudges. To stand upright is to carry yourself with dignity, which meshes humility and confidence. To find courage, how are we supposed to repel the armed forces of the fascistic state when we are too insecure to talk to our parents, our neighbors, our co-workers? How do we find the courage to block the war machine if we are too scared to chair a meeting? How do we weave together a new politics if we cannot untie the knots of our history or untether ourselves from the undemocratic Democratic Party? How do we defeat the divide and conquer strategies if we cannot love and trust, knowing full well it may not be reciprocated? Standing upright is not easy or painless. It is a qualitative transformation beyond being dehumanized subjects into a population capable of carrying out meaningful struggle for all of humanity. These are difficult tasks, much more difficult than they sound because it requires shedding the white supremacist, American exceptionalist, capitalist methods of processing information which pervades our culture. It will be even more difficult for the people who are not here, who we have to win over to a new future of peace and common prosperity. We must build a new proletarian culture with patience and principles. The shortcuts do not exist. The work is very much in front of us. Just start taking the steps. So one, if you haven't done so yet, go to a PSL organizer and tell them you want a copy of Socialist Reconstruction, or you can go to 1804 Books to get it. Get some optimism in your life. Remember what you are fighting for. Join an organization. Go to the meetings and put in the work. If you're in the armed forces, get out! Get out! Military members deserve the right to refuse illegal and immoral orders. Come speak to me. Come speak to me and I can get you started on that path. If you or someone you love is thinking about joining the military because you're poor, turn your thinking around. Don't be a gangster for capitalism. Why take the bribe of economic security in exchange for an unstable future? Ask your veterans if the future is stable after destabilizing their own lives and other people's lives with moral injury. All peoples across the globe, don't fight against the peoples across the globe. And finally, we have leaders and examples to follow. Tomorrow, Orla is holding an interest meeting and a fundraiser for this year's May Day Brigade to Cuba at Mott Bookstore on the east side at 3 p.m. We have flyers that you can come find me or maybe being distributed. Go to Cuba if you are ready to shed your Western individualism. See the revolution the U.S. is constantly demonizing and punishing. For good reason. Because when you're in Cuba, you see that the impossible is in fact possible. They have long tried to decapitate it, to starve it, and sever it. But it is alive because of the interconnectedness of the Cuban people and the revolution. It is truly impossible to describe the lessons a revolutionary can learn by visiting and standing in solidarity with Cuba. So I conclude with a call to love yourselves and your people across the world. Be patient but insistent with yourself and others. And build the proletarian culture we all need to stand upright, to survive and defeat this monstrous beast of U.S. capitalism and imperialism. So repeat after me. Free Maduro and Celia Flores. Nosotros venceremos. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Abajo el imperialismo. Abajo el imperialismo. Abajo el imperialismo. Carajo. Thank you.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
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 All right, Santa, are you ready to take the streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose city? Whose city? Whose country? Whose country? That's right. This shit belongs to us and nobody else. Not a billionaire, not a politician, nobody else. It belongs to the people. We got a few more speakers left, but I want you to keep this energy up. I want you to stay amped up. I want you to stay ready. All right? Okay, our next speaker is Alex with 5051.
Thank you. I'm Alex with 5051. I always believe in these protests that we have to have an action item, something that we can really do after we get done with today. So I'm going to tell you who to boycott. So these are companies that have contracts specifically with ICE. So starting with our good old friend Amazon, Charter Communications and Comcast, Dell, FedEx and UPS, Motorola, and last but definitely not least, AT&T. And AT&T is actually hiring here in San Antonio for someone to work with ICE. So it sure would be a shame if everybody here just, put in a bunch of crap applications for them to go through. I gave you this list because it is something that we can do as soon as we get home. We do not want to fund these billionaires oppressing us day by day. So I hope you could take that very small list, because sometimes you see a list and it's 100 companies long and that can be very overwhelming. Take that small list and start there. But these lists are very easy to find online. Just Google them. Who donated to Trump? Who donated to MAGA? Whoever. You can vote with your wallet. So thank you. That's my short speech. Start boycotting. Vote with your wallet. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Courtney Head.
I'm good. Hi, no worries. Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Kristen Hook, and I'm running for Congress in Texas's 21st Congressional District. I'm trying to evoke change from the inside, and I am a working class Democrat, and I have been fighting the Trump administration for nearly 10 years. I'm a scientist, and I moved to DC in 2016, right before the first Trump administration came to be. And I wore a lab coat by day, and I became a grassroots organizer by night. We protested the hell out of that first administration, and I am standing up against this administration now to fight what is happening in our country. I ran for Congress and this seat last cycle to prevent this mess that we are seeing right now, this chaos. This is not what we should stand for. And I can assure you, if and when I'm elected to Congress, that I will demand accountability. I served as an oversight investigator for Senator Elizabeth Warren, holding the first Trump administration accountable, and greedy corporate CEOs who are profiting off of us during the pandemic. I want to build an economy that works for all of us, not billionaires and not special interests. A few days ago, I called a friend here in town who's a mother, and we were on a Zoom call, and I could tell she had been crying. And I asked what's wrong, and she said that she had just dropped her 14-year-old off at school, and she had to talk to him about what to do if ICE came into her school, because she's in a majority Hispanic school. And that is just something no mother should have to worry about. No mother should have to fear being murdered in cold blood by federal agents on U.S. streets. So I will hold ICE accountable, I will impeach Kristi Noem, and I will make sure that all of our communities are safe. Thank you so much. If you want to help me get elected, get involved at www.hookfortexas.com. Thank you, guys.
Let's hear it for Kristen Hook. Thank you so much for speaking, and I do want to remind everybody that while voting is important not only at the local but federal level, it is the bare minimum. Do not confuse your civic engagement as voting as being the only thing that's needed for change. It takes constant work. It takes going out to local organizing meetings and finding the people that are doing the work, that are willing to be out on the streets, just like everybody out here today. This is the true change that matters as well. Up next now we have Courtney.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up today and for being here, for not only Renee Nicole Good, but also Keith Porter and every other person who has been killed or abused during ICE operations. My name is Courtney Head, and I am one of your candidates, one of your Democratic candidates for Texas Lieutenant Governor. And I want to impart some very important knowledge for our upcoming elections. The office of the Lieutenant Governor in Texas is not just ceremonial, and it's not ceremonial at all, I should say. It is the most powerful legislative possession in this state. The Lieutenant Governor controls the Senate agenda in Texas, which bills live or die, which committees exist, what investigations are opened, what state contracts are scrutinized, and which policies become law in Texas. Which means this office has direct power to dismantle Texas's role in federal immigration enforcement. Absolutely. Yeah! And that is exactly what I intend to do. Texas has made itself ICE enforcement partner. Shame. Our state is not required to assist ICE. Our leaders have chosen this. They allow local law enforcement to act as immigration agents. They hold people without judicial warrants. They transfer Texans into detention centers. They lease land, jails, and contracts to private detention corporations. And they normalize family separation and mass detention as public safety. Y'all, this is not required by federal law. It is a policy choice. What I will do as your next Lieutenant Governor is end ICE police collaboration in Texas. Texas police will return to solving actual crimes, not separating families. As Lieutenant Governor, I will also open state investigation into every detention center contract, all the deaths in their custody, medical neglect, and abuse. Texas will freeze and terminate state contracts with detention corporations and corporate partners. Detention will no longer be a state-supported industry. We will ban for-profit immigration detention centers in Texas. No longer will we arrest children and hold them from their parents in cages. It is time that we reclaim Texas's constitutional authority. We have the legal authority in this state to set limits on how we use our police resources. We can refuse participation in these federal enforcement programs and prohibit unlawful detentions. I fully intend to use my authority, and everybody should know that this is not about borders. This is about civil liberties and constitutional rights. This is about due process, freedom from unlawful detention, equal protection under the law. Every individual, whether you are of status or whatever your status is, you have a right to due process. And you have a right to be in Texas and live in Texas without fear. Texas does not have to be in an ICE enforcement zone, and we, with my leadership as Lieutenant Governor, we will choose to be a constitutional state again. Thank you. My name is Courtney Head, and if you want to join my campaign, please follow me. My website is www.texas4alltexans.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think it's about time that we start holding our politicians to a higher standard. We're not just going to keep ICE accountable, we're going to abolish ICE. We're not just going to get rid of for-profit fucking detention centers, we're going to burn those things to the ground. Nobody should be incarcerated for crossing a damn border, a made-up border. Let's hold these people to a higher standard, not just because they're not Trump. We deserve more than that. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. We got 2 more speakers, and we're gonna take these fucking streets, San Antonio. Let's go! All right, give it up for our next speaker, Destiny.
Money for jobs and education. Money for jobs and education. Not for war and deportation. Not for war and deportation. Comrades and friends, thank you so much for being here today and standing on the right side of history. We all saw with our own eyes the brutal state-sanctioned murder of our sister, Renee Nicole Good. Immediately afterwards, the U.S. propaganda machine started working overtime to disparage her and call her a terrorist. We know what Renee was actually doing. She was standing in solidarity with her immigrant neighbors while these cowardly, masked ICE agents were kidnapping her neighbors. So I'll ask you, who is the actual terrorist here? The U.S. government, no matter if it's a Democrat or Republican in power, constantly lies, and the media works overtime to repeat those State Department lies in order to manufacture consent for their interests. To muddy the water, to confuse you, to pacify you. Do not let them. They will paint anyone who opposes their interests as terrorists and as a threat. We remember Iraq. We remember the lies of weapons of mass destruction. We remember the lies about Libya, about Afghanistan, about Vietnam, Korea, and Palestine. Just like they lied about the genocide in Gaza, they're lying to you about Venezuela. Since the Bolivarian Revolution in Venezuela, it has always taken a principled stance and stood shoulder to shoulder with the Palestinian people, and even expelled the ambassador of Israel over the genocide in Gaza. With our own eyes, we saw the bombs dropping in Gaza, all the atrocities paid for by our tax dollars. This is the same destruction they now want to bring to Venezuela. This is another war based on lies. The U.S. Justice Department has recently just admitted that the pretext they have been using as justification for escalations against Venezuela, the supposed cartel de soles, does not exist. That's right! That's right! And that's after they illegally bombed and kidnapped the president of Venezuela. The current threats against Venezuela are not new or unique to the Trump and the Republican Party. Democrats and Republicans have been working hand in hand for the past 2 decades to undermine the democratically elected governments in Venezuela by sponsoring coup attempts, diplomatically isolating the South American oil giant, and by imposing over 1,000 sanctions. The justification for these different efforts, which have sought to destabilize the country, vary from accusations of human rights abuses and lack of democracy, economic crisis, and now involvement in drug trafficking. The speed at which these justifications change reveal that these are just excuses, and that the real goal of the U.S. is to cause enough internal turbulence to undermine confidence in the government and eventually overthrow the current leadership. This should be a moment of political clarity for everyone. That's right! This is imperialism. This is a war for oil to serve the interests of billionaires and the millionaire politicians who serve them. This could escalate further into an all-out invasion and occupation of the country. An all-out war and occupation with a country that will not bow down to U.S. imperialism and will fight for their sovereignty. If this happens, it would not be the children of oil executives or the CEO of weapons manufacturers like Boeing and Lockheed Martin who will be sent to kill and to die. It's going to be the working class young people who Trump would send to fight in his war for oil. On Wednesday, Trump called to increase military spending from $901 billion to $1.5 trillion. I'll say that again, $1.5 trillion. At the same time, they're giving billions of our tax dollars to fund ICE and war. They are cutting social services here at home, cutting funding for the Department of Education, Medicaid, and other vital programs that people rely on. Why is it that they always have money for police and military, but they can't fund the things that we all need? We don't want our tax dollars to fund war. We don't want our tax dollars to fund deportations. We want funding for health care, for child care, for education, infrastructure, and union-paying jobs. We need a new system, one that puts the priorities of the people and the planet over profit. make you feel anxious, depressed, alienated, and hopeless. That's on purpose. Yeah. They don't want us to believe that we can build unions. They don't want us to believe that we can build mass organizations to challenge this two-party scam. We know transformation is possible because the people of Venezuela has shown us it's possible. If you want to see a total transformation of our society, then you must fight for it. The power of the people is stronger than any weapon. A people's revolution cannot be stopped. So, on January 20th, I expect to see all of you out on the streets. Walk out of work, walk out of school, and flood the streets. Now, repeat after me. No more coups, no more wars. No more coups, no more wars. Venezuela isn't yours. Venezuela isn't yours. No more coups, no more wars. No more coups, no more wars. Venezuela isn't yours. Venezuela isn't yours. No more coups, no more wars. No more coups, no more wars. Venezuela isn't yours. Venezuela isn't yours. Free Palestine till it's backwards. Let's give it up for Destiny! Everything that my comrade said is 100% right. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but the blockade, the naval blockade that they have around Venezuela right now is costing us $9 million per day. And Trump has the audacity to say that we should be funding this, that if oil corporations go out there, it should be on our dime. At the same time, last year, locally in San Antonio, 19 schools had to close. So I'm going to say a chant, and when I say ask you a question, I want you to say, shut it down. Trump's lies? Shut it down. Trump's lies? Shut it down. Imperialism? Shut it down. Imperialism? Shut it down. Endless war? Shut it down. The whole damn system? Shut it down. The whole damn system? Shut it down. That's right. Now I want us all to give a warm welcome for our last speaker. Keep that energy up because we are going to be marching the streets soon. But our last speaker, their name is Marissa. And here in San Antonio, Venceremos has come to fruition through direct action of community members and activists in many local organizations. The Rapid Response Hotline being an open call for all San Antonians to report ICE sightings, document the raids in real time, and remind everyone of the rights that every person has, regardless of citizenship. So join me in welcoming Marissa. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. And the
volunteer meetings where our networks work to defend the rights and the dignity of our immigrant families. We stand together against the deportations, against the detentions, and against the raids like the one we saw here in San Antonio in November near San Pedro and Bassi. We will make it clear that we want ICE out of San Antonio! ICE out! Shut it down! 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 No more raids in our town! No more raids in our town! We are also joining the call for a nationwide shutdown on January 20th, the anniversary of Trump's inauguration. No one is coming to kidnap Trump, and our immigrant brothers and sisters don't have the luxury of waiting until November. They're too scared to leave their homes. The billionaire class has the power to oppress us, but we have the power to liberate ourselves. Thank you, San Antonio.
Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? All right, San Antonio, are we ready to take our fucking streets back? All right, guys, we're gonna be starting over here in this alley. Just follow the banner. And one only request is we need our elders in the front. We need our elders in the front to lead the way and set the pace because we don't want to leave anybody behind. We're not going to leave any of our people behind. So please, let our elders take the front, set the pace. Let's go, San Antonio. Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets?
I said, whose streets? 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 Our street! Whose street? Our street!
No? I can't leave it with you? Just while I'm marching? Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just like a light.
Yes, that's right.
All right, y'all. I'm checking out. Maybe on the march. We'll have the photos up later.